We've had our buyer consultation already, so I understand what you're looking for, neighborhood you're looking in. The next step that you need to do is contact a lender. And so I have brought Victoria James in from Aslan Home Lending, and she's going to talk to you about the lending process, how that works, how to get pre-approved.
The first step actually is pre-qualification. That's just a phone call that we have where we talk about your situation. I go over the different categories with you that the underwriter is going to look at, tell you how things sound, answer any questions that you have. A really important part of that is letting you know what you qualify for and how much you want to spend. So I ask people, what's your price range? And sometimes they look at me like they're not sure. And a lot of people will approach that from what do they want their monthly payment to not be more than. So I can take that for you and tell you, okay, this monthly payment is going to equal this purchase price. And then that helps Debbie, figure out kind of what to look for you and what kind of a drip campaign to put you on and that kind of thing.
It's really important because a lot of times what I find with my clients is lenders, you say, you are actually pre-approved up to a high amount. Maybe that's $800,000, $900,000. But you need to back into that and go back to find out what that means with your monthly payment with insurance, taxes, and if you happen to be looking at condos, you want to consider the HOA because you all know what your budget is and how much a month you want to spend. And so you may not want to buy a $900,000 house. Maybe you want to buy a $600,000 house because that's where you want your monthly payment to be. So that's really important.
Yeah, I would say more times than not, the people that I talk to qualify for a lot more than they want to spend. So that is really important to understand what that looks like. So that's pre-qualification. Again, it's not that scary. It's pretty easy. The next step would be pre-approval. And that's where you really want to be if you're going to be looking at properties, potentially making an offer on a property. You want to be pre-approved. So it's a little bit more in depth. You put an application in on my website. I pull your credit. I see your documentation. We get out of the way anything that might be an issue or a red flag. Anything that needs to be delved into a little bit deeper, we get that out of the way at that time before you're actually making an offer and getting under contract. That's definitely not the time to figure out that something isn't going to pan out for you.
It's critically important, that part too.
Yes.
So, if you need to fix some things on your credit, Victoria can help you with that. But when we go looking at houses, especially in this market in Denver, where it is a seller's market, we're going to have to provide a pre-approval letter when we turn in our contract because we're going to want to make sure that you're eligible to buy the house.
Yes, it's really important. Sellers and their agents are definitely looking at the lending piece, probably scrutinizing that the most, making sure people truly are pre-approved. They want to be working with a lender that's reputable, somebody that has a good reputation and they've worked with before is important, so it's really good. I tell people when your realtor recommends a lender to you, it's for a reason. And so usually it's because they're going to be available. We know that real estate is transacted on nights and weekends. You're going to be looking at homes after work, on the weekends. You need your lender available to chat with your agent as well as the seller's agent.
It's absolutely critical. A lot of times we'll find a house on Sunday and we want the lender to call the listing agent and assure them that you are pre-approved and ready to go. So your lender needs to work evenings, weekends, nights, whatever it takes so that your lender's available for you when you find that house. We put in a contract and it gets accepted because everything is already lined up and ready to go.
Absolutely. Then from there, we just get an appraisal done. You're going to get an inspection done. We're just going to sew up some loose ends, and then we're going to set up your closing date.
So our contact information is below, so feel free to contact myself or Victoria with any questions that you have, and we're happy to answer any of those.